Good enough. Good enough. Boom. Zoom out. Zoom out. What is it still? Just before 6? Oh no, just after 6 o'clock. And look at that sunrise going on over there. That's the only reason I'm up here on Harris Green, or I should say, down here on the Vista Point on Harris Grade. You can't really tell looking out this way, but the fog has, or did, roll in overnight. You can kind of see the fog layer hanging out right there. But if we look further east, look at that beautiful color. You can kind of see the fog sitting along the river as usual. That's usually how it starts. That looks kind of cool, way over there. The way it's sitting in the little canyons. Decent amount of people up here at Harris Grade this early in the morning. Several of them look like SpaceX employees. Yes, they just have a certain look about them. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this exciting week of rocket launches. And now the breeze kicks up. So, today we have SpaceX. Friday we possibly have Firefly. And then Saturday morning, another midnight window. Midnight to 4 a.m. as of right now, the last time I saw, we'll have a SpaceX launch. So it'll be pretty cool. 3 launches in a handful of days. Oh, I gotta get my cheat cards out, folks. I'm gonna put you guys over this way for now, so you can watch the sun come up for the next like 5 minutes or so. According to my timer, we got about 11 minutes till launch. Ladybug on my truck. Good luck. I need it. Been in a funk the last couple weeks. The sun is slowly coming up out of the east. You can see the fog over there better now. Little island of hills sticking up in the fog bank, just sitting on the river. And then cover in town, walked out of my house this morning and I was like, what? Where did all this come from? But it's only over town. The village in Mission Hills is fine. Robin, yeah, as far as I know, it's like a 6. Well, it's not 6:05. I think it's like, what is it? 6:17 is what I have right now. But we'll see what happens. But we're standing here waiting for booster 1093's 11th launch, the 6th launch for February, the 12th launch for the year, 1093 last flew on January 21st. Which the last launch was from here at Vandenberg on, we'll say Saturday, because it was after midnight. It was Friday night. There's a good wake-up call. (1093) has flown the SDA 1 or B and C missions and 8 Starlink missions. Kind of low on the totem pole with Starlinks, but it does only have 11 launches. In 2025, Vandenberg had 6 launches at the end of February and 7 for 2024. Both of those, the last launch was scheduled on the 22nd of February. And we still have one more launch to go this month after this one. The next midnight launch, which are a pain in the ass for me. I end up pulling all-nighters. Well, at least until like 3 o'clock in the morning. There's the beautiful Lompoc Valley down below us. Got about 6 minutes to go till launch. I see everybody staring at their phones over there. So maybe they're looking at the time, maybe not. And there is the beautiful sunrise going down over there. I'm just watching the fog. Look. You could tell it's receding because when we first started the live stream, that little island of ridges right there was just the very top, and now you can see a big portion of it. That is off of Sweeney Road, that little mound out there. The one in the background, the higher ridge line back there, that's off of Santa Rosa Road. There's some wineries off of that road. Oh, look at a little break off of fog. Sitting right there. Let's get back over toward the pad. And see, okay, so Here, sorry to make you guys motion sick, but so that hillside right there is becoming more and more visible as the sun starts to rise. But if you go back over this way, the fog is getting thicker and thicker. When I first got here, it was well below that peak right there. But it's building up over the pad, which usually means if you're out at Surf Beach, you don't really have a good view. It's probably socked in. That's why if you come up here, you gotta find one of these cheat code apps like I have, Watch Duty. It's a brush fire app, but I use it for weather conditions. No, JC, I don't know. Friday I might go out. It all depends. It was just cold, so I just figured I'd stick around the house last weekend. And yes, it's been a busy year so far, but if we're gonna hit 100, 52 weeks in the year, they want to hit 100 launches. So obviously, 2 a week. If this one goes today, we are at 4.3 days that we average between launches right now. Ooh. And I did come down to the main viewing area. If you go on Google Maps, I think it's on Apple Maps or whatever they call their maps. But if you go on the maps, this should come up as a viewing area. It does on my phone, and it does on my home computer. But I came down here just because of the view. We're down to a little over 2 minutes to go, folks. There's a little thread of fog behind me here. We'll turn the whole thing real quick. You can see where the cars are coming up and down the road. There's a little patch of fog right there. Little baby patch of fog. I would say I got to keep my eye on it, but we're under 2 minutes to go. Yeah, looks like a bunch of SpaceX employees out there. I think it's funny too, because the guys that park right next to me walked about 50 feet over to everybody else, which I always think is funny. One time my wife and I came out and we were down the road a little bit, and I saw everybody literally cross the road and stand on the edge of a not very big cliff, but still they stood on an edge of a cliff, and the lady had the nerve to ask me where's the best place to watch. And if you've ever been up here, it's a small windy road, and literally 100 people were lined up alongside the road just to stand there and watch it. And I said, nope, my wife and I are gonna stand on the not the cliff side of the road, so we don't have to worry about cars going behind us and all that. But hey, it's going. Everybody asks me that. Where should we watch it? It goes in the air. It doesn't matter. If you move 50 feet, your view is not going to change. The rockets go in the air. I get it if you're at Ocean Park and you walk up to Surf Beach. That's completely different. But if you go... Oh, no. I was going to say, if you go from one side of the road to the other, and show you what I mean. But I decided not to, because we are Ready. Dismiss. I don't hear it. There it goes. It's poking through the clouds. Booster 1093's 11th launch. Zoom that in a little bit. Let's go. Oh no, it won't let me do it. Oops. Don't forget, we're at Harris grade, so the rumble takes us a minute to get here. There it goes. Because it's the morning time. Crackle and pop. I love that sound. We might be too late for a good jellyfish effect because the sun's too high in the sky. Now it's too bright. But max Q stage, first stage cutoff, stage separation, second stage ignition. That gap looks a little smaller than normal. And booster 1093 is off and away. So that makes our 12th launch for the year. Oh, okay. This is where it's going to get cool. Because we should be able to see the fairings flicker. Yep, you can. You can see the flarings flicker in the sunlight as they fall back to Earth. Actually, as they fall back to the Pacific Ocean. And from the angle of this one, it looks like it's going out into the Pacific, not down by Ensenada. If it was going down by Ensenada, it'd be going further to the right. I don't know if you guys could see it on the live stream. I'll be posting pictures over on the Facebook page. If you're on Facebook, just look up Vandenberg Rocket Launches. Make sure you join the one with 176,000 people, not the one with, I don't know how many he has anymore. You could still see the fairings fall. Actually, that's probably the booster falling away. Oh. That looked like it could have possibly been. No, it can't be re-entry. It's way too early. Well, this rolling for a little bit, folks. See, look. I'm gonna talk shit because I'm good at it. See? There's the Tesla, and there's the gentleman's that pulled up in it. They walked over there. The orange has gone away from the sunrise. And it's not that bright out here, folks. What you see, that glare is not really happening. But we're going to come back over this way because I'm kind of interested to see if we will see re-entry burn at this time of day. So we're going to just kind of set the camera up this way, looking out that way. And we're going to see what happens, because I know if it's further to screen left, you could typically see re-entry burn going down.
You get a good look at it.
Always. This is the best spot when it's fogged in. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Re-entry burn, folks. So yes, you can see it on Harris grade, especially if it's going out to the Pacific. I don't think you could see it on either the live stream or the Z50, but that was the re-entry burn. Well, yeah. Sweet. So, if it's going out to sea, and you're up here on Harris grade, and you're at the main viewing area, just find the Trans Peak, which is right there, all the antenna towers on it. There's a couple wind turbines in front of it, and look somewhere by there and you'll see re-entry burn. What do we got here? Let me go back through the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, leave a comment where you're watching from. It helps the algo, helps grow the page. Well, JC, yeah. People think like if I cross the street, I'm going to get a better view. You're not. Just go somewhere where you can see the sky. Hang on. Had to get a swig of coffee. Max Q. The remnants of it, anyways. Had to show that. That's always cool. The plume that's usually around the pad has settled down. If you're out here with your naked eye, you can still see right out there. You can't really see it right now. Well, kinda. There's a little ruffle right there. That's the pad. So now it hasn't settled back down yet. The fog has not settled back down yet. And there, my house is somewhere down there. But there is a beautiful view of the beautiful San Ynez, Lompoc Valley, San Ynez Valley, Buellton's over that way. That's where I got it. I actually got to head to Solvang right now, but Danish Disneyland, yay! I'll get to the comments in a second, folks. I just want to put the camera pointed toward those canyons over there, and then we'll zoom in. I like how the fog is creeping up right there. That's what's cool about going out to Halama. You get that view from the opposite angle. The fog creeps over the hillsides. And if you're at Halama, you can see it coming down the valleys. It's kind of cool, kind of creepy. JC, I don't know. It looked kind of normal to me today. Sometimes they are at a little bit more of an angle. This one did. Yeah, I'm not going to say it went straight up like a return to sender, but it did go up. All right, folks, I have to get to work. Thank you, Eagle. I try to get good views for you guys. So if anybody ever comes up here and wants to see a rocket launch, they can just come to the YouTube channel and roam around on the page, watch some videos. I tried to pinpoint the location, put the location on there so you know where I'm at. Some of them I can't because I'm on private property and they don't appreciate me telling. Speaking of which, can you see it? No, the fog is eating it right now. Sorry, looking for a specific landmark out there that I can't see because the fog is slightly higher than it. Yeah, Danish Disneyland. My family's called it that for years. It's all right, I guess, if you're into tour. Well, let me rephrase that. It's fine because Santa Barbara County is essentially a giant tourist trap. Santa Barbara, there's ooh, look at the purples over there. Santa Barbara is cool because they have like Raytheon and Lockheed and all these aerospace companies down there. The Lockheed brothers, I think it was the Lockheed brothers. Yes, the Lockheed brothers originally started building airplanes in Santa Barbara, which I always think is cool. If you guys ever want to watch a good video about the history of Santa Barbara, go on YouTube and look up Santa Barbara, semicolon, above and beyond aviation. Santa Barbara at one point had the highest per capita airfields. There was more airfields in Santa Barbara County than there was in the whole state of California per capita. Why? Because of the Lockheed brothers. They started building planes down off of Milpas and Cabrillo, which is right along the ocean. And then when they closed business, they had a bunch of planes already built, and they sold them to local farmers. And the farmers went out and plowed airfields, landing strips on their farms, because back in the day, it was wagon train only in and out of Santa Barbara County. There was no trains up here yet. Obviously, no cars. So, all the farmers built landing strips, airfields, and they would fly in and out of Santa Barbara, which is always interesting. All right, we're up to a half hour. I got to get to work. Hopefully I pick up some motivation on the way over there. I have to climb around an attic today and do a 5-year fire inspection. Getting too old for this shit. That's why I'm trying to grow this page, folks. I say it as a joke to people around here, but one day, watch, I'm going to be famous from this shit. And you look way out there. That peak way out there is above Santa Barbara. It's actually above El Capitan State Beach. I always forget. Transmission Peak. Or no, that's Trans Peak. TV Hill is down south. I forgot what that peak's called. But Okay, you got the peak, dip number 1, dip number 2, dip number 3. That's where I used to live. Way up there on top of the mountain. And then earlier, let's see, are we going to see? Okay, you see that little light down here? So earlier, if you've been watching the live stream this whole time, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to go over and hit the like button. I'd appreciate that too. But that's where my wife and I were parked when I was talking about we came out for a launch. Up here was too packed. So we were down there by the entrance to the oil refinery, and literally people walked essentially from like that side of the road. Everybody was parked, and then they crossed the street to this side, and essentially it's nowhere near big as a cliff as I'm standing on right now, but it was a ledge like this. You go stand on a ledge, and that's when the lady asked, where's the best place to watch? And I kind of laughed. I didn't really laugh. I kind of gave her a dirty look like, are you serious? Rockets go in the air. What does it matter if you cross the street? All right, one last look. That was the Max Q plume. But until next time, which is probably going to be Friday, don't forget, Friday evening, I think right now is scheduled for sometime between 4 and 8 is the Firefly launch. And then at midnight is scheduled another SpaceX launch. And then hopefully I don't want to say hopefully, because I love the launches. Maybe we'll have another one. No, we won't. Because Saturday is the last day of the month, and then we get on to March, which, if you go from the last 2 years, this was launch number 12. 2024 and 2025, both months had 6 launches by the end of the month, by February 22nd. So, if we get a launch on Friday, if you take Firefly out of it, we will be double what the last 2 years' average has been. So let's all keep our fingers crossed. Let's hope that we get 2 launches Friday and Saturday morning. That'll be a busy day for me, but it'll be pretty awesome. And until next time, don't forget to hit that like button, share the page, comment where you're watching from, let all your friends know about Vandenberg rocket launches, and see ya.